Now I am on my way to go and pick a fight with a boss thingy. And I already did clear some path for that, even though that took some blood vials, which you will burn through real fast. But now to open the doors to the Grand Cathedral and see what's in here. And this is something which you must do. Well, what the hell? I really wouldn't think that you should put some sort of that kind of weird thingies to a cathedral. Although that one with the altar there doesn't look inappropriate. Actually, it's either headless or creepy. But it's somebody with a prayer. Oh yes, old-fashioned way of shadows and reactions to show the transformation. But it still clings onto that trinket. What the hell is that? It's like a horse's head. Vicar Amelia. And it's got big, and it's got and that bloody robe it's carrying, or those hairs or whatever it's holding, spreading about, make it a bit difficult to find where exactly it is. And it screams. And it screams a lot. But my fire-infused weapons don't do so well damage against it. That. Alright. Alright, ground stomping as attacks. Make it dangerous. And it's still clinging to that warrior trinket. It's not gonna give it up. Come on. Gotta give it to a head stab. I'm gonna wither you down here, Amelia. Oh, damn it. That hurt like a lot. And it's bloody rags it's wearing. Savagely. come on, don't be an insta-kill attack. Good, it wasn't an insta-kill attack, it was just painful attack. Like every other attack it has. No. It's fucking difficult to pick up where the hell those... She's going berserk. It's like every move it does is some sort of attack. It moves, it goes, it hurts you. Ah, yes, got it. Prey. Slaughtered. Gold pendant. And what's this?
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna just jump straight in and then
Some sort of skull.
Master Willem, I've come to bid you farewell.
when you're above the spikes?
Oh, I know. You think now to betray me.
No, but you will never listen. I tell you, I will not forget our adage.
We are born of the blood, made men by the blood, undone by the blood. Our eyes are yet to open.
Fear the old blood. I must take my leave.
That jump is not too tough, right? I don't know. I have no idea because there could be a fucking gigantic spider monster that wants to fucking turn into spikes and just walk underneath me to catch me and I fuck it up. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's unjustified. In most cases in life, it's not. It's no stress. May God bless helping me when I
Some kind of flashback from the skull or head. Well, actually, there is that a dodge they throw. It's a bit of a. That revealed something of a plot. In this place is the cathedral of the Healing Church, and Healing Church has gotten its beginning from some sort of religious breakdown or break in some other sect. So that's it. Something has happened sometimes. Most likely there was this Lawrence who broke up and started to founded the Healing Church, while the Wilks from a group led by Willem. But what exactly is there? There's I think that it's some sort of Miyazaki's way of telling stories is by just showing the events, never actually explaining what they are or what they mean, but just letting you witness them and make your own decisions about it, which is, in a sense, it's quite clever style, but it's not. It doesn't always lend well to the storytellings. Not every person enjoying your story, being away, studying your stories has that much patience, and I have to recover from here and come back. After a while of wandering about, I figured out where to go. It's this main square of the Cathedral Ward or Cathedral Ward Square or however you want to call it. But there's this very tiny, teeny little side corridor for you to get shot at, and you're gonna walk the route through it, them all, and there's this Mr. Happy Fellow.
There must be oodles for us to share. Go on. Just
Actually, you told
Why did you
everything
farewell
about
me,
it,
the good?
me. Vile Bloods, they're just nasty folks. And there's this little stairwell down. Lots of iron spikes that man could easily get skewered with, and this pair of doors. So time to have a chat.
The password.
Well, feel the old blood. And it opens, and there's a mummified corpse was asking a password. So what in hell was that? Was that some sort of ghost or something? But Bloodborne is filled with them, and I might say that it's even more ambiguous and bizarre in its storytelling and elements than Dark Souls games, which I already gone through all of them, and you could say that it's quite of an achievement to get even more obscure, weird, and impenetrable than Dark Souls games. Forbidden Woods. Very big windmills and lichen and all that. Place looks very derelict and worn down. Forest. Nothing pleasant in here. And a herd of torch-wielding peasants, or however you wanna call it. Lynch mobs. Difficult to say what would be the actual. And they also like to throw you with stuff. And that guy happens to be quite strike happy. Yeah, the enemies do grow tougher. So time to grab some blood shots and all that. There you are. Oh, I dodged you. Yeah, you got quite ragged hat. Yeah. Even the basic weakest henchman took 4 swipes, so and gave it over 600 units of blood. So yeah, this place is to be more difficult and challenging than those who have gone before, and that's completely deliberate design choice. Of course, the game must remain challenging. And there's one of those executioners. Being axe happy as always. And yeah. So I will got ya. Bullet to the face. And sharp implement of a sword to the gut. I think they outgame Grease. But there's a path in here. He was guarding something. More madman's knowledge. And some blood gemstones. They are always handy, although that are they any good for you in that moment is a bit of a variable thing. No matter. This is still the place where I intend to be going here to get further in the game. This through this place you get to many places, and also Lighting a lamp, yes, now I can spawn in here. Although I'd say that in basic Dark Souls games the bonfires which they were in that game were a bit easier, as in you could just rest them and you respawn the enemies in them. That hints there's a poison infusing enemies in this place. And oh, doesn't open. Well, no matter, time to go somewhere else again. At the Forbidden Woods, time to get forward. And build some bird scarers here, and that peculiar looking wood structure over there is an old-fashioned spiked log trap, and it is as lethal to you as you would expect it to be, which is to say, a lot. I'm once again trying to use a bit of different weapon, mostly because I want to get some familiarity with them. And now I'm using some of the not so common weapon in my playstyle, which is usually tries to be fast and evasive, fast and of the all-round playstyle. Not always the most efficient, especially if the game is that kind of game which favors certain kinds of... Hello, wake up! But chopping somebody with an axe has a sense of brutishness in it. Mostly because that big heavy blade more or less cuts them apart in with one hit. I put a bullet to the dog's head. They got lots of ammo, which is good because you're gonna waste a lot of ammo, and blood was both resource, which goes a lot. And if you go to a place where there's a lack of replenishment of either, and you will die a lot in there, or you better say you die a lot in there, you're gonna find out that you run out of these, and then you're in a world of shit. Now what does these say? Insect waits ahead. Well, there's one of those things. And birds. Trying to... yeah, a big halberd chop with a... yeah, and collapsible axe. Regular axe. Regular form. Telescopic shaft, but why it's bent, I don't know. But then again, the regular shaft is also bent. Only thing missing is how they stop it from breaking. There doesn't seem to be much space for strong joints. Well, in any case, that's one of the that's just a game quirk. Technically, I think that kind of weapon should be quite possible to build, but not necessarily as functionally as it is shown in this game, or as durable. But it's nice to notice that the game designers make something slightly plausible weaponry or gadgetry. Axe to the body. You know, your clothes are torn out, that werewolf man thingy. Beast blood pellets. Yeah, the beast transformation. I haven't made much use of them. Mostly because you probably die. Well, surviving in this game, especially if you get attacked by multiple enemies at the same time, is always difficult unless you very heavily over leveled. Oh yeah. So there's only one path forward, which is here. Yeah, the Forbidden Woods, like its name will imply, is actually quite maze-like. There's plenty of routes, twists, turns, and that also looks very much like a trap building over there, so I'm not gonna even bother to test it out. No.
A hunter of beasts, are you? Glory be. You know not the value you possess. But more's the pity. The hours of the night are many, and the beasts more than I can count. A veritable hunt unending. Not even death offers solace, and the blood imbibes you.
Oh yeah, death.
But step lightly round to the right of the great cathedral and see an ancient, shrouded church. The gift of the Godhead will grant you strength. Yes,
Oh, that's weird. The guy gives me tonsil stone. I can't really remember what it does. It must be some sort of key item, but dogs in cages. Chopping them up just because I don't want to take a risk of them getting out from their cages and then coming back to me with a big pack and surprising me when I'm fighting something bigger and nastier and then getting eaten by either dogs or by the big and nasty while the dogs distract me. They're both bad things to get happen. The crows are huge. I know crows are quite big and big birds. Yeah, they're quite large birds. Also, they are sparrow birds, related to sparrows. Big sparrows they are. But it's just the fact that, well, and they are also perhaps the most intelligent birds of the whole bird kind. And that is not bad for them at all. They are very widespread and cope well with multitude of things they have to. They are generalists and well-coped birds. Intelligent and in some cases also beautiful birds. But mostly you could say they are proof that intelligence gives you adaptability, and adaptability gives you, well, it gives you lots of good things. So that's it. That's about the birds. And in Bloodborne they are bloody huge and, well, crows over the say. Crows usually don't have a reputation of being especially aggressive towards humans, unless of course you are deliberately try to harass them doing their in their nests. But otherwise, they are not renowned from being ill-tempered. Unlike swans, they are extremely beautiful birds, but holy shit, they are mean. Perhaps the meanest birds, but then again, waterfowl tend to be, they seem to be more of the ill-tempered kind of birds. Beast roar. That's a little trinket you can use to make yourself yell real loud. Not the most useful thing, well, but I haven't tried those things a lot. But it's quite handy. And yes, you are wielding a sword. And your body inside the house was strangely vulnerable to the roof. Yay, weird Yankee hitboxes. And a guy flailing fire bottles at me. Not the most pleasant thing to be being blunt about. Come on. Couple of nice swipes to the skull solves problems quite efficiently. And that bluish gook over there looks some sort of oily mess with a monster in it. But monster is no more. And there's another one. There's a third one. Hidden under the surface of grimy water. Certainly nothing. And more! You power swipes with an axe. Makes matters quite much simpler. Yeah, and of course, that structure over there looks quite... I would say that, with all the wood pieces lying about, looks very suspicious. Hello. I shot you dead. Yeah, sometimes you actually do make use of the gun's damage just to finish off a fucking foe, or better say foe, before it gets too close to you. Generally I might say that I'm quite much wondering about just almost randomly, and try to figure out where to go, and even more just yeah, he's got a gun. And it's a fucking powerful gun. But I'm gonna chop you up. Give me your bullets. But why would they, when you take account that these are explicitly called to be quicksilver bullets, and quicksilver in room in most temperatures known to human, it's liquid, it's fluid, it flows fast actually. It's dense. Yeah, that's good for bullets or ammunition. But it also, well, and it's toxic as well. That's oops. Yeah, and fell to a pit, but on purpose, and hacked up some birds. There's some antidotes, and does this place lead to anywhere else? Nope. It's just a dead end, but now it should be something like always apparent here, so there's no risk of falling into that pit. This is the... This might be the direction I haven't been to yet. Yep, I haven't. I know it by using enemies as indication of have you been here or not. If there's enemies, you know, and items, you know you haven't been there, and that's a place to go. Lots of those twin bloodshots. What handy. They are handy, although they only help you so far. More of these. More of these. Open the door. Get some more blood cocktails. All kinds of junk. Broken pieces of wood. I may have gotten some kind of path opened, but nowhere particularly special. But hey, it's still a shortcut or door to before, and of course, because doors go both ways, they make navigation of these places much easier. But generally, you could say that the Forbidden Woods is not the most vicious place of this game. Mostly because the enemies are of this basic human type, even though they are occasionally in difficult places. But them being difficult places doesn't mean much if you can just hunt them down from them and then get axe happy. More ammunition. Ammunition is good. Yep, and what that is there is what it looks like. It's a fucking cannon. But they don't seem to use much of gunpowder to shoot with it. Yep, this is a gauntlet of you being shot with a cannon. And this is actually quite handy, cunning psychology tricks about the player, and they would also play in the game. There's a couple of distractions. The big gun, well, it is dangerous, yes, but it is not meant to be the actual peril to cause damage to you. It's more like meant to herd you towards places where there's an ambushes against you. And those are meant to be the dangerous ones. Oh shit. Stop waving that fucking farming implement around, you little maniac! More blood pellets. And there's the artillery piece. And I hack you apart. Give me your blood vials. I'm also about to shoot with this cannon. Yep, they don't have much gunpowder put to their cannons, which is weird. You should use, well, of course, the amount of gunpowder is that how you control how far you gonna shoot with your cannonball. But generally you could say that using it so little is quite bad, especially if you shoot with the explosive. Oh shit. That guy just transformed into some sort of snake thing while he was... and he took quite many swings from an axe to actually keel over and give up. How can I get up? I guess the basic rule is that if you go is to try to get up, not from there. Although in reality these, assuming the structures would be sturdy, there probably wouldn't be so much difficulties in climbing these wooden boards, beams, or however you wanna call wooden structures, builds. Yeah, lots of trash you can flip through and cause damage. Break items. Fancy thing in video gaming. Breakable items, especially when they're so shoddily badly built that you can just crash through them. Advanced knowledge. Yeah, madmen. Being mad in Dark Souls, no, in Bloodborne is actually in a sense blessing. You get better awareness of what is happening. And there's one. It's got a snakes in head, and of course snakes are venomous. It's something like a Medusa, but a man. So not gonna go and big fight with those directions just yet. I have to do some preparations for progressing. Mostly saying that I have to find routes to open places. That's a lift I can probably use to get to here. So this is the way to forward. Yeah, I could be crazy and try to barrel through to that place, but I prefer to be careful. Carefulness is... it's a virtue in this game. Oh, a nice looking scenery, even though it is very better than... very bleak, very inhospitable. But... yeah, you are really carrying some sort of farming implement as your weapon. I am carrying a basic tool as my weapon now. Gun, it's just a tool. It's the hard that kills. Actually no, it's just... yeah, well, hard is that one of things which kills, but the most killing is done with a sharp implement through skull. Oops. Large windmill structures. Poison knives. These are situationally handy. They usually are that, and with that I mean that there ain't many cases when they are useful, but when they are useful, they are very useful. What the hell is that?
Whoa! Blimey, don't scare me like that. On a night like this, I took you for a monster.
Well, you look like a fucking cannibal.
Stars, you're fairly normal. Was it you who put down that awful beast? Ooh, that thing had me trembling, frozen in my boots. And then you came along.
And what awful beast are you mentioning?
If you're a hunter, then would you know of any safe havens?
Yeah, I know, but you appear so crazy that you're gonna go to the Josefka's clinic.
Thank you.
There's...
it's about time I made a move. I can't very well stay out on my own. Oh, you're giving me hope. Terribly kind of you. Take this. It's all I can offer us, thanks.
Well, that's nice. Well,
Thank
what...
you. I can't very well...
yeah, well, you're creepy and weird. Possibly both. More poison knives. Handy, but not... not... yeah, I'm in this place. Now I know where I am. Yeah, I'm knowing this is gonna be extremely riveting YouTube. Watch a complete noob-tard, or actually not complete noob-tard, I played through this game once. And I played through it very thoroughly, although not as thoroughly as it can be played, but quite thoroughly. Oh yeah, a cannon. Now I have my own cannon. That thing uses those shoots bullets like, well, that thing kicks like a mule and also shoots like causes damage like a mule. So there's nothing unexpected about that kind of tool. Where's the path down? I guess I have to jump down. Like this. No damage. No problem. For falling to the bottom of the windmill would have caused quite an unpleasant splattering to the not so soft floor below. And that is something you don't want to be facing. Loud splattering to the floor. That's death to you. I still have to get more down to get that device operational, which is very useful. Others I really can't figure it out yet. Getting forward. Falls down. Fall is up. All kinds of twists, turns, bends. Not the diver's sickness, that's also sometimes called bends. Mostly because it causes cramps in your nervous system, making your limbs bend around. I haven't suffered from it, but I do have a feeling that it probably isn't anything pleasant. Well, now I have one kind of lift open. There's another guy. And he looks a bit classy, but first opening the door. Yay, now I have more shortcuts, and let's have a chat with this crazy looking fella.
Ah, a new face, are you? And an accomplished hunter, it would appear.
Alright, you got classy clothes, but you're wearing a fucking metal pot.
Of the League. Members of the League cleanse the streets of all the filth that's spread about during the hunt. Like any half-decent hunter ought to, you know?
Yeah?
Haven't you seen enough of these wretched beasts? Freakish slugs and mad doctors. Sentence these fiends to death with the help of your League confederates. What do you say? Why not join the League?
Alright, I'll join the League.
As a hunter well should. Commit this to heart. Our own Carol rune, symbol of the League.
Yeah.
The night brims with defiled scum and is permeated by their rotten stench. Just think, now you're all set to hunt and kill to your heart's content. Hunt in cooperation with your fellows, your League confederates.
Alright, you're amused and you have a nice looking cane.
No, there is one thing you must know. By the oath of the League, those who bear its rune will see vermin. Vermin writhe deep within all filth and are the root of man's impurity. All vermin are to be crushed. The League exists to expunge all vermin, ridding us of any trace of human corruption. And so, until we are rid of all vermin, you must continue to hunt and kill. This bloody fate is ours alone. Do not expect the world to grasp our work. But remember, the Confederates will always have my blessing. And each other. Always.
Well, sounds bleak.
The League
Oh yeah. And League is, well, it's a covenant, like in Dark Souls has its own covenants, so that's Bloodborne, although in this they are much more vague and ill-defined about what they do. So it's actually time to return to Hunter's Dream and to go somewhere else, do something stuff. Maybe. Now I'm back in the Hypogean jail, and it's time to try to get further and pick a fight with this thing. say hello to Dark Beast Bye. Thing which opens up with a big bolt of light into your face. And a big blast of lightning as well. Shit, it's attacking like a fucking hell. Quite gruesome looking thing. Oh. Family head. Under. Yeah. It's covered in ragged fur and oh yes, I managed to chop it off. And actually it's time to end this episode right here with a victorious boss fight. I'll see you next time. See ya.